For those who don't know, S&D Tier is a slice-of-life series that follows an S-tier supervillain named Alex and a D-tier supervillain named Morgan. They both live in Morgan's apartment, where shenanigans ensue. That's about it. That's all you really need to know. It's a good series. You go watch it. Doodles. Bye. I'm just kidding. There's a lot more video to this video. Let's get to the basics. Or the video in general. That's fine. I guess spoilers ahead. If the basic premise excites you, then go watch it. If you need a little bit more convincing, keep watching though. Or just watch anyway. I like the attention. Yeah, if you're still worried about spoilers, you're probably not going to remember anything specific until you're in the thick of watching it yourself. Anyway, you're supposed to cut to black. It's like a whole little text, but Alex is an S-tier villain. A real Avengers level threat, whatever the Justice League fight. They're all-powerful, self-proclaimed, but also very true serial mass murderer. A real son of a bitch. They love to torture, they have insatiable bloodlust, they're a ruler, they've started intergalactic wars, they fight in death games. What the world knows their power to be is that whoever they kill, they take their power, and now they have that power, which is why they have endless powers. But in reality, their power is yes. Yep. Because of that, they don't really have any rivals or like arch nemesis. Usually if they did, they're already dead, or they've killed them again, or whatever. They're not really attached, per se. And on top of all of that, they have a crush on Morgan. Did I not mention that? They're a hopeless romantic. Morgan is a D-tier villain. While Alex is a big threat to the big leagues, Morgan's more like planning heists, robbing banks, stealing mystical jewels, or like, dressing up in a costume and like, scaring kids off property, that kind of deal. They're basically a point-and-click adventure antagonist. They do have a superpower, but it's not really used very often, to the point that I almost forgot to put it into the script until I'm writing this right now. Basically, their superpower is that they can teleport someone once a month. Yeah, it doesn't really come up too often, really. You do see why I did forget. Now, Morgan has a few arch nemesis. One of them being Barnaby, who is like your point-and-click like protagonist, like your hero adventure. They have a ghost dog. It's all cool and jazz. I think it's a ghost dog. I haven't got that bit in the script. Half of this is off the cuff, despite me writing a full and nice fancy script. Ohio James, my beloved, who's just like your Indiana Jones type character, if you couldn't tell. The Conundrum Corporation, who's like your Scooby Gang, or like anyone else who fits into that form of power bracket. They're like also fit into similar like rivalry types. Also, a side note, D-tier is Morgan's a D-tier villain specifically because they would have been an E-tier villain, but they're a landlord, which is pretty evil, so that bumped them up to a D-tier. And they would be a C-tier villain, but they don't want to kill people, which makes it really interesting when they live with a serial mass murderer. And on top of all of that, Morgan is oblivious to Alex's crush. That's right, ladies and gentlemen and those beyond the binary. This is a slow burn. And how long of a slow burn, you may ask? As of keeping track, I have currently 1,118 videos saved on my computer. And that's just the ones I have saved. I'm not even up to date. Anyway, now I know that many episodes sound daunting and overwhelming, but like, does it help to say that the episodes are all out of order? Which actually benefits with the whole TikTok format. What do you mean, no? As everyone will be aware of, with an app like TikTok, it's usually designed just to be scrolling, and to expect everyone to memorize all the points of your lore specifically in a format like that is nonsense and insane. And so pretty much the majority of all the episodes are episodic, and you don't have to worry about like any of the episodes around it. You can just scroll, see it, have a good chuckle, understand where it vaguely fits in, and move on, because you know the character dynamics and it's fun. But if curiosity strikes you, and you go off and you learn and understand what is happening, it makes the videos better and fun. It's good. Here's an example of something like that.
Okay, the first thing we gotta figure out is how long exactly you've been a vampire. What do you mean, how long? I'm a fucking vampire. How could this be anything but a recent development? Look me in the fucking eyes and tell me you regularly go outside during the day, or ever look into a mirror. Oh god, how long have I been a vampire? It could have been months! Okay, well, it can't have been months. Like, when was the last time you ate? I don't know. I don't remember that kind of thing.
But yeah, the story is out of order. It's roughly going on track, but it's all very jumbled. For example, within the first 100 episodes, there isn't really a lot about Alex having a crush on Morgan. It's just more playing around with the fun setting. There's one or two seedlings of it, but you don't really get anything specifically about the early stages of stuff until you hit around roughly the 970s, in which we get a surprise flashback to when the moment that was Alex falling in love and starting to have that crush on Morgan, which was such a son of a bitch move. It was the reveal at the very end. I thought they were going to get together. Fuck you, Lighthouse Raiders. But also, I really like your work, and it's very well done, and I love it a lot. But screw you. How dare. Speaking of, Lighthouse Raiders knows the full timeline, but refuses to tell. From memory, I think someone maybe cracked almost all of it around about the 300-ish episodes. But that was so long ago that it's not even relevant anymore. And even then, I don't think it was quite right. But we did get this.
So you think you can steal my secrets, eh? Well, you can't. Fool.
But yeah, while the series is mostly episodic, we do get these fun little thing called arcs, which is just randomly some we could go from silly to a 10-part little storyline, which is a combination of funny, moves the plot along, develops the setting more. It's very fun going through your regular TikTok page and then seeing part 6 and you're like, well, now I gotta find out what happened previous and hopefully what happens next. Because sometimes you do get them and you're like, I'm up to date, but how am I gonna know about how they're gonna get out of the bank vault? An example of one of these would be this.
So how'd that whole throwing your heart into a volcano thing go? It was going great. And then Morgan stole my heart. Oh my god, did they do something cute that made you fall in love with them again? No, they went to the volcano and they retrieved my heart and now they won't give it back. Wait, what does that mean? It means that both figuratively and literally, Morgan will not return my feelings. Okay, let's go get drunk. It's a good plan.
Some of my favorite arcs include stuff like Alex teaching ethics, the family road trip, Teen Sleuths, the Z virus, Darkhawk Begins, and of course, Unrequited Love. What's really fun about that specifically is that I don't think it's actually called Darkhawk Begins. I had to name it that because it wasn't really quite named. It was just very funny and it's so good. The world building of the series is incredible and very fun. Or at least I think so. But I mean, I'm the only one with a mic, so who's going to disagree? Okay, so originally I had a different joke planned, but the camera just stopped recording, which I think is infinitely funnier. S&D Tier is one of those fictional worlds that has a combination of every fictional universe, but with royalty-free versions of copyrighted characters. Another example of a similar type universe would be Invincible. Less in tone, but more in the fact you can point at the screen and be like, that's Ant-Man! The Batman! Both Invincible and S&D Tier really succeed in making these universes so thriving and alive, with their parody characters not just being parody and more third-dimensional characters. And even when they're just jokes, it expands out the universe, so you're sitting there being like, oh, okay, so that is also canon? Okay, cool, oh shit, yeah, alright, yeah, great, awesome.
So I've spent the last couple weeks, super into bookbinding. Yeah, you said you were gonna make books evil? I succeeded. I made something called a Doom Diary. What the fuck is the Doom Diary? It's amazing, is what it is. Because if you write someone's name in the Doom Diary, you fucking die. You can even specify how it happens. Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. What are you gonna do with it? I'm not really sure yet. I think I'm just gonna take it to the local university, maybe throw it at the head of the most pretentious fucker I could find, and just, see what happens. Okay, before I say anything, do not kill, maim, or otherwise injure the person I'm about to tell you about. Do you agree to those terms? Yes. Awesome. Now I can tell you about what happened with Jim Probable. Oh, don't tell me you lost to Jim Probable again. He's just a basic average guy. And there's nothing he can't do, alright? Like, you tried taking out Jim Probable and his sidekick Ronnie Preventable. It's fucking hard. Alright, I will. Whoa, no, you already said you wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna hurt them. I'm just gonna succeed where you failed. And I'm not gonna use my powers. Because I don't need powers to take out 2 teenagers and a naked ferret. Oh, yeah? You're gonna eat those fucking words. And I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, we'll see about that. So how'd it go? Fighting Jim Probable. Did you win? That doesn't sound like a yes! Ronnie Preventable is not so easily prevented, and the naked ferret plays a much larger role than you'd expect. Yeah, what's up with that thing? Like, I thought it was just like a mascot, but it was out there pressing buttons and shit. Like, that thing is smart.
Some of my favorites of this genre are the aforementioned Jim Probable, Ohio James, the Penguin Scientists, Mug and Toaster, and the Conundrum Corporation. You can kind of tell what media I grew up with as a kid. Now, the other part of the really fun world building is how our 2 main characters interact. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, great. That just ends up on the regular video. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, great. As mentioned before, Alex is like your Earth's Mightiest Heroes type threat, while Morgan's setting death traps for heroes so they can run to the cursed item first. Now, in most media, you may get some character interactions like this. The way that S&D Tier does it works so well for me. It's really good. Here's some examples.
So the weirdest fucking shit just happened, like, it doesn't even make any sense. What happened? A hero broke into my base, and my minions shot him, and they died. Yeah, we have pretty different definitions of the word weird. How is it not weird that a hero got shot and died? Like, it was 1 bullet! That's all it took! Traditionally, that's all it takes. No, this doesn't make sense. No matter what level of villainy you're at, this doesn't make any sense. Heroes don't die to a single bullet. Like, name 1 hero who's died from a single bullet. Other than the one you just told me about? Yes, obviously. Red Cricket. Red Cricket died to a single bullet. Red Cricket, I thought he was still... Oh, the original one, yeah! I forgot about him, it's been so long. Rooster Bold was so upset. Who the fuck is Rooster Bold? Alex, did you accidentally activate one of Morgan's death traps? No, I impaled myself on a massive spike for fun. You know, if you were anyone else, that would have killed you. Yeah, no shit this would kill me if I didn't have superpowers. You know what this means though, right? It means I've been horrifically maimed in the hallway leading to my own apartment. No, it means you died in a death trap. What kind of dumbass dies in a death trap? No one dies in a death trap! Could you just get a garbage bag or something so I can pull myself off of this spike without making a huge mess? Oh yeah, I'll grab you one. But for future, if you want to go down this hallway safely, the colored tiles, the ones that are safe are the ones that match the color of the exit sign. How is anyone supposed to know that? It's really obvious, like, come on.
It's amazingly fun, it makes it feel like the world could fluctuate into any genre, which it does. From superhero drama, to death game fights, to alien invasions, to, like, adventure movies, to horror, and the most important of all, slow burn romance. It leaves so much room for creativity, spontaneity, and just so much possibility. Like, not only has this taken us to 1,100 episodes, but it also has so much fan fiction. Oh yeah, by the way, this has a lot of fan fiction. Mainly because Lighthouse Raiders will just go on strike and stop making episodes till they get more fan fiction. There have been active moments where you're in the middle of an arc, and then they're just like, up. Fanfiction, please. We're on strike. This is a hostage situation. You're not getting it back till I get more fanfiction. Which, like, respect the hustle. That's very good. It's very cruel, but it's very good. But yeah, overall, I love this series so much. I've been following them since maybe around about the 150 episode mark, and started my full download last April when it was around about in the 900s. This is genuinely my favorite thing to come out of TikTok. Hell, I got my partner invested in it, and to the degree that we ended up both making like Sona OC type characters for this series. It's just incredibly fun and amazing. I'm not really a slow burn type. I don't have a lot of patience, but yeah, no, I got so invested in this. This is so good. At one point post like the 1,000 episodes, Lighthouse Raiders made a post discussing how they were thinking about maybe wrapping up the series. Cause like, you know, they're over 1,000 episodes and this wasn't even supposed to be the main gig. But with most of the decisions they've done with the series, they left it up to the audience. They did a little poll. And I, for one, am a person who would rather a series end early but good than die terrible and slowly. And like, it was getting really good. This series is getting really fun, and we were finally getting to some points I was really looking forward to. I was sitting there thinking like, I should click to let it end. But I didn't. I clicked for it to continue. And look, it stayed good. It's still really good. I'm super invested in the current arc. I mean, it's time travel, of course I'm invested. But I do have faith that they will end it on their own terms. That they will end it when they choose to. And when that day comes, we'll get to look back at this series. We'll get to look back at the over, 1,100 episodes that we have so far. And probably at some point, maybe even the 1,500 episodes we have. Who can say? But we'll be able to look back on those episodes and we'll be like, wow, this was really good. That's an insane amount of episodes. Not many things is that good for over 1,000 things. That's insane. What? But yeah, we'll get to look back and, you know, be really satisfied and be like, wow, this was a really good piece of media I got to experience. I love this series so much, and I hope that this video, if you haven't seen it, makes you interested to go and watch it. And for those who have seen it, want to go and watch it again. Or get your favorite episodes or whatever. I love this series so much. It's really good. Oh, and one last thing before I head off. I just got one more video to play for you.
So recently I've gotten quite a few inquiries as to whether or not people can make an S&D Tier webcomic or animations or taking their fanfic turning into a book, and you don't need my permission to do that. As far as I'm concerned, it's public domain. It belongs to the people. Copyright is an unnecessary blight on humanity and a horrific shackle on creativity, and I ain't about that. Although if you do make $1 billion trillion off of it somehow, if you want to send some of that my way, feel free. You don't have to. I'm not expecting you to, but it'd be nice. But you better send me a free copy of whatever you make. You better do that. Maybe included, inspired, or based on. You don't have to do that though.
Fuck! I forgot to talk about the non-canon videos! I can't do it!
Non-canon videos! Try that.
Non-canon videos! Yeah. Fuck! I forgot to talk about the non-canon videos!
No! Emphasis on the video!
Emphasis on the canon!